After completing this module, you will be able to state the role of chaining in direct measurement and identify the instruments for chaining. As you know, direct measurement means physical measurement of distances by using a suitable measuring device over the surface of a region. You have also seen that the two devices used in surveying for measurement of linear distances are chain and tape. The tape is the preferred device when measuring smaller lengths such as the dimensions of fields and housing plots. But let us say a very large area has to be measured. Then, do you think that the tape would be a suitable device? The tape is not suitable for direct measurement of long distances or lengths because it is clumsy to carry around the entire rolled out length of the tape from place to place. Also, if the site to be surveyed is rough terrain, full of stones, mud, or grass, then the tape might get dirty or even damaged in use. In such conditions, the chain is a better option, as it is a metallic object of a fixed length which can be moved along the ground quickly by throwing it around or even dragging it. So, the role of a chain in direct measurement is that of a reliable and hardy measuring device. It is used for direct measurement of long distances or lengths, especially in sites with difficult terrain. We have seen the role of chain in direct measurement. Now, let us take a look at the different instruments for chaining. The instruments used for chaining are chain, arrows or pegs, ranging rods, and plumb bob. Let us learn about each one in detail. First, let us take a closer look at the chain. The chain is a kind of metallic rope made up of several interlinked elements. It has these interlinked elements shaped somewhat like the stoppers fixed on windows. The elements are linked to each other by a set of rings. These rings give flexibility to the chain. Look at the ends of the chain. They contain brass handles with swivel joints. This mechanism prevents the chain from being twisted. The chain contains markers called tallies. Tallies are pieces of brass shaped somewhat like a leaf and hung at regular intervals on the chain. By counting the tallies, a distance equal to a part of the chain can be measured. Now, let us look at arrows. Arrows are short rods measuring about 40 centimeters in length and 4 millimeters in thickness. One end of the arrow is pointed and the other end is shaped into a loop. Arrows are used to mark the point on the ground where the length of a chain ends. Now, let us see what pegs are. Pegs are bar-shaped pieces of wood. One end of the peg is tapered so that it can be driven into the ground. The pegs measure about 18 centimeters and are driven into the ground to mark the positions of service stations. Now let's look at ranging rods. Ranging rods are long poles measuring about 2 or 3 meters. A pointed bit of iron makes up the bottom end of the rods. The ranging rods are driven into the ground to mark some intermediate points in the survey line. As the rods are thin, they are nearly invisible from a distance of about 200 meters, so a red, white or yellow flag should be tied to its top. Finally, we have the plumb bob. The plumb bob consists of a string tied to a weight made of iron or brass. When the weight is suspended from the string, the plumb bob hangs in a vertical position. The plumb bob is helpful to mark points on the ground when using the chain on sloping ground. To summarize, the instruments used for chaining are chain, arrows, pegs, ranging rods and plumb bob. In this module, you have learnt that the role of chain in direct measurement is that of a reliable and hardy measuring device, useful for measuring long distances in sites with difficult terrain. You have also seen the different instruments used for chaining, such as chain, arrows, pegs, ranging rods and plumb bob.